I'm not right. I'm not left. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm not libertarian. I'm a human being that wants the best for the rest of the.
What up, YouTube? This is Mike with the Clip Farm.
And Matt with the Clip Farm. Good to see y'all.
So we did a little bit of research here and give you our take on the House passed the bill to ban TikTok. Obviously, it's not law yet. It still has to go to the Senate and be voted on. And President Biden did say in his State of the Union that he would sign it if it comes across his desk. Yes. So the Senate is the only thing holding it up. But
hold the line, boys. Hold the line.
Hold the line. So this first one comes from the Associated Press. House passes bill that could lead to the TikTok ban if Chinese owners refuse to sell. This came out this week on Wednesday that the vote happened. The numbers were astonishing. The bill passed by a vote of 352 to 65 and now goes to the Senate where the prospects are unclear. And then it will affect about 170 million American users, because that use the TikTok. It's a Chinese technology firm, ByteDance Ltd. So,
which, if I'm not mistaken, is directly controlled by one of the CCP's military complexes.
Correct. And so I remember it was about a year ago that I listened to, I'm a Joe Rogan podcast guy. I remember him talking about it. So I'm going to pop over. We're just going to play briefly Joe Rogan explaining it. What he had going on there. Oh, I have to put this up real quick.
Say, don't nail us, Joe, please.
Please don't hit us, buddy.
Yeah, it's good.
Stayed home, smoked a little weed, and I started reading up on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm gonna read you this because this is so crazy.
Is it good or bad?
Bad.
So what are you saying? It's a bad place to be?
Listen to this. This is from TikTok's privacy policy.
All right.
It said, we collect certain information about the device you use to access the platform, such as your IP address, user region. This is really crazy. User agent, mobile carrier, time zone settings, identifiers for advertising purpose, model of your device, the device system, network type, device IDs, your screen resolution and operating system, app and file names and types. So all your apps and all your file names, all the things you have filed away on your phone, they have access to that. File names and types, keystroke patterns or rhythms. So they're monitoring your keystrokes, which means they know every fucking thing you type.
Wow.
Battery state, audio settings, and connected audio devices where you log in from multiple devices. We will be able to use your profile information to identify your activity across devices. We may also associate you with information collected from devices other than those you use to log into the platform, meaning they can use other computers that you're not even using to log into TikTok. They can suck the data off that.
I'll stop it right there. Okay. Oh man, the amount of information that they can gather from that website is just unbelievable.
I don't why they need most of that stuff doesn't even make sense to me. Like that. Okay, the IP addresses, that, and the other, I get. But your screen resolution?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, why?
Yeah, I don't quite get it. But going back to like Joe put that out about a year ago. What made me really curious with the AP, well, just this being passed in the House, was the 50 something that voted against it. So I went and looked. Yeah, there's a lot of politicians I was unfamiliar with, but there was one that I was, and I went and watched his response to it, and I'd like to share that with you guys as well. This is Matt Getz. Republican out of, I think it's Florida. I want to say Florida. Could be wrong on that. But I found his reasoning interesting. So I'll play this one too.
Of Representatives has passed legislation that would ban TikTok. Now, TikTok is a national security concern. I actually think it should be banned. It's a way the Chinese Communist Party has an ability to collect facial recognition information, voice acquisition, all of those things. They store it in China. ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok has the capability to access that stuff. But here's the problem, as is typically the case in the U.S. House of Representatives, we had a bad bill to deal with a real problem. This legislation was overbroad. It dealt with websites. It wasn't even available for amendment. If we really were serious about banning TikTok, and we should be, my assessment is that we ought to have a deliberative process. We shouldn't rush something to the floor. And then the way you make it better is you offer amendments, you take consideration, you take votes, and then we probably would have an appropriately tailored legislative product as opposed to what we had today.
So I found that very interesting because he gave a very insightful thing. It kind of, I don't know about you if you remember the Patriot Act, but it kind of reminds me of like more of a modern day Patriot Act that they're enabling.
I say, yeah, they were really reaching with this one. The bill didn't just cover TikTok; it covered pretty much any online service or social media platform that they didn't like. So a week down the road, if YouTube or Facebook or whoever said something that they didn't like or disagreed with or whatever, they could do the same thing to them. They could just cut their cords and, oh, you're not allowed now either.
Right.
That, to me, that sounds just like total suppression of free speech.
Yep. And we have one last video to share with you on this. And it kind of makes this video I had watched a while ago, and it didn't make as much sense until I started diving into it. But I'm going to go ahead and play this one for you guys as well. I got to swap the screen over.
And things all of a sudden make a little more sense.
Right. I have to hit this.
Oh, yes.
The TikTok ban is not about TikTok. Don't be fooled. It's about politicians having the power to decide what thoughts, ideas, and information Americans are allowed to hear and see. It's about freedom. It's about destroying our democracy in the name of protecting it. Will we, the American people, willingly give up our freedom in the name of safety? Benjamin Franklin says, those who would give up the essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
And yeah, that made a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
So I am for TikTok being banned.
Same here.
I will openly admit that is I know that the American companies were using YouTube, we're recording on StreamYard, and different things are collecting our information and our stuff, but they're all held in American servers, essentially processed through NSA. Right. Do I agree with it? Not necessarily, but the difference between this one and that one is going through Chinese servers. Right. And
a potentially power is the one doing the data collection in this case.
Yeah, so that's where my want to get rid of them goes. But yeah, it was just, for me, it was interesting putting this all together because initially when I heard that House bill, I was in support of it, but I went and looked at who voted against it and there are reasons why. And there's not many politicians I respect, but Matt Gaetz is one of them. And so I was curious to see what he said. There's more stuff you can dive into, and I I implore whoever's watching this to do that. But
Always do your own research.
I suspect that there's some very nefarious crap in there, and I'm now in the hope that the Senate crushes it. So, and that particular one doesn't get going.
Yeah, I'm with it. I mean, if they redesign the bill to actually target TikTok itself, I'm with it. But as it was written, no, it's way too broad. I say, like Gates said, it's way too broad. It can affect, like I say, virtually any social media platform, or for that matter, news agency.
Right. So with that one being said, man, we appreciate you coming to check out our video here at the Clip Farm. You'll start seeing some more solos between us. We're starting to get rolling. But look forward to that. Matt will be doing some solos. I'll be doing some solos. I believe Jay will do some solos, but he's not really into politics. Jay's more into music and sports and music. I cross some lines with sports. I like sports too, but myself and Matt are pretty into politics and Hollyweird. So you can expect that from both of us.
Oh yeah, Hollyweird going to be under the microscope coming up soon.
Yep. So thank you for watching our video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Appreciate it, everybody.